Bienvenidos a DEUCES WILD, motherfuckers!
Well, hello there, Mr. New York Yankee jersey-wearing person. How are we today?
Well, Thrill, I put my Yankees jersey on about 35 seconds ago, and the Cleveland Indians are in business. So, what a shot right there of Jose Ramirez sliding hard into second base. We can't exactly tell when the tag was applied, but it looks like he certainly was safe. 3-1 Yankees. Garrett Cole on the mound. He's had some stressful innings thus far. What we're watching right here, and I explained this to you before we came on, is the data cast. And so what you have is Mike Petriello, I believe, John Paul Morrissey, and Dexter Fowler are commentating. But they just have all this information so I could show you or explain to you stats here. Like, for example, Thrill, I'll give some random ones throughout the night. It says Lane Thomas, 684 OPS with runners in scoring position since 2002. That's the fifth worst in MLB. The league average is 827.
Fifth worst. That pretty much means he's not getting a knock. So there you go.
Well, what's crazy is they keep throwing up these numbers, and Jazz Chisholm was another one that they were putting these numbers that just pretty much fucking buried him, man.
Yeah. Hey, look, that's the thing about, all these guys now. It's like, they want to be major leaguer and they want all the glory and that and all that sort of shit. And then you look up and they hit an 095. Hang with them, Jack. That means you're an out.
Yeah, but the irony is that Lane Thomas came up with a huge home run. I believe it was a grand slam to help him advance to the American League Championship Series. So, your numbers can say what they say, but you have one fucking big hit, man, and you'll never be forgotten.
One swing of the bat, and things change. So that's the way it rolls.
That's it, dude. Well, hey, before we go any further, as we have runners at second and third, Lane Thomas takes the walk. Let's not forget our title sponsor, Bet Online, the #1 online gambling destination. It is the world's most trusted betting platform, your #1 source for everything sports betting, every stat, matchup, breakdown, and even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. With the largest catalog of odds on everything from football, MLB, playoffs, NHL, NBA, to political props now, by the way. When the game's over, head on over to Bet Online's online casino. Get in on the action or unwind with one of the over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. Bet Online. The game starts here for all our degenerate gamblers, and Garrett Cole now chased from the game. Thrill. See ya.
See ya. And going back to Bet Online, here's a tip of the cap to Pete Rose, who he came before Bet Online, but Mr. Manfred still would not let him in the Hall of Fame. And so, Pete Rose, you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame because these bastards are betting on baseball now, and they're betting on baseball during the middle of the game. So let the best that ever was at hitting a baseball into the Hall of Fame, you little prick.
Oh, Thrill, I couldn't agree more, man. Yeah. Seriously, it's such bullshit because here we are. I mean, it's not only our title sponsor, but it's all over MLB with DraftKings and FanDuel and whatever. It's like you can't even turn the corner without seeing another gambling ad, and yet we had Pete Rose. The only thing and the only way I would say it should have kept him out of the Hall of Fame is if he bet against his own team. There's zero evidence that ever happened. That would have been disturbing. That would have been fucked up.
Yeah.
Whatever. Now,
and that would have been cause for forever.
Correct.
But now he's dead. Jesus Christ, let him in the Hall of Fame. You guys couldn't do it while he's living. Let him in the Hall of Fame. Nobody's going to break that record. We've already talked about it. Manfred, Even you are not going to break that record as the commissioner, because your little nappy ass will be out of there pretty soon, too.
Hey, so Thrill, tonight I donned the pinstripes. This isn't any representation that I'm a Yankees fan. I'm not. But I'm a baseball fan. And I have all these different jerseys over here. And I would say that there's
Fire it up there. I love it. I love it. I love when people represent baseball. There are so many times, believe it or not, that I sign autographs for like Dodgers fans, and they're like, "Hey man, don't hold it against me." I go, "Dude, you're a baseball fan, and that's what it's all about." So I love it. Love it.
Bases loaded, 1 out throw. We got a ground ball into the hole. Rizzo makes a nice play, gets him at second. Let's have you analyze this for a second.
That was a nice play. The only play in front of him was second base. He took what he was given, and he gave up the run, but he got an out. So now, you got a man on first and third, as a matter of fact. But he had the possibility of a double play. He took what was in front of him. Very smart play right there.
It's interesting because it was almost the opposite of the play in which you had Freddie Freeman come down. He wasn't able to create a lane because he was on his knees. Machado got to the inside part. I don't know how familiar you are with the play. I imagine you've probably seen it by now, Thrill. But
put it this way. I'm a first baseman. You explain the play. I kind of know exactly what you're talking about. You do not have a throwing lane when you're on the ground. When you are on the ground, if the runner's in the way, you got two options. It's either drill a runner or try to throw it over the top of him. And Freddie had his butt on the ground, so he was stuck.
He was stuck, Thrill, and he ended up throwing the ball. Machado was 4 feet inside on the ground. Okay, he was probably about a foot inside the grass, at least 6 feet from where he started because he veered back in. The ball hit him off the shoulder. The rule is very subjective. There's it's been read to me several times saying, hey, look, you can't, you can establish a line to the base, right? But that's only established once the fielder's trying to make an attempt at a tag on you. So it's so much gray area. My argument was when Machado got in the way of the ball and it helped lead San Diego to one of their victories, bro, it was literally a play that he went all the way back inside and he intentionally got hit with the fucking baseball. So in my mind, and in the rule states, if you intentionally try to interfere with the play and get hit with the baseball, then you should be considered out. Well, the umpires called him safe. There wasn't a whole lot of argument from Freeman, not a whole lot of argument from Dave Roberts, pretty much none. And San Diego went on to win that game. Now, LA eventually won the series, but it's still going to be a controversial play that we're going to continue to talk about.
So here's the thing. The rule states that you have to establish a path to the next base. That doesn't matter whether it's first to second, second to third, third to home, first to home. Home to first. What you cannot do is you cannot run in a straight line and then veer and then come back in. And that's what Machado did. They did not call it, so it was a bad call by the umpires. Another thing, too, all right? We talk about this. You and I have talked about this. So here I am. I'm an infielder. You an outfielder. You're coming in on the ball. I'm going back on the ball. Let's just say on a fly ball. I am heeding to you, but yet at the same time, you and I have communication. I'm going back on the ball, and I'm like, Eric, you got this one? And you're like, yeah, I got it. Get out the way, Thrill. One of those numbers. I'll peel off, all right? Mm-hmm. Same thing when Freddie hit the ground, all right? He comes up to throw, and Machado gets in his way. Communication is the key. So what you do is you tell the shortstop, inside, and you throw the ball the other way, all right? Instead of outside would be where Machado got hit. So, in other words, the shortstop who's coming over to cover, he can adjust, get on the inside, and get a throwing lane, whereas he did not have a throwing lane on the outside because Machado was blocking it. So that is the big problem that we have in baseball right now is communication, and that was what I was working on with some of our guys in Arizona Fall League this last week.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about that. Real quick, speaking of blocking, this is Austin Wells with an incredible block, keeping the Clay Holmes pitch in front of him. Was a sweeper at 85 miles per hour. He literally was able to get that right shoulder just around it like this, and it hits off his shoulder. I imagine it gave him some kind of stinger, but here we are. It's a 1-2 count. The bases are juiced. I guess he's going to throw a couple warm-up pitches. This is a huge spot in the game. It's 3-2 Yankees.
All right, so if I had to guess, all right, he went way off the plate with breaking ball. I'd have to say some sort of way or another, he's gonna try to come back in on this guy because he just took 2 heaters. So, that would be my guess, and then you just protect against the breaking ball.
Well, let's see. Because here's the pitch, a nasty 98-mile-per-hour sinker down in the zone.
And I am so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I am so sorry. We have called another one.
Look at that thing. Dude, that's some serious dive.
Hey, look. That's what happens with pitchers. You guys in the chat room know this. Eric and I definitely know it. But when a guy throws a breaking ball in the dirt, he gets scared. He's like, oh, Jesus, I can't throw that again. And so he goes back to the fastball, which is what he got the first 2 strikes on. So, boom, that's how you look at an at-bat. That's how you guess what pitches are coming. And the other guy didn't guess with him. See ya, strikeout.
I think he might have even guessed the pitch was just so nasty he couldn't get it.
No, yeah, I mean, put it this way, you still got to make it be a strike. It wasn't a strike, so there you go.
So, Thrill, I'm donning the pinstripes. When you think of the greatest uniforms of all time, the Yankees has got to be one of those at the top of the list, towards the top of the list.
Well,
but
what you got to do is check out the uni and how long has that uni been in use. Everybody else, here, let's try this uniform, and let's try this uniform, and we need this Friday uniform, and we need this. And the Yankees just run the same shit out there every day, and freaking they're a class. That's how it rolls.
Are there any uniforms that resonate with you? Is there? And I'm going to look. We're live. We're interactive. This is No Filter Network, by the way. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, thank you. Send me a message on Instagram or something with your reply or a picture of your favorite jerseys. But is there a favorite jersey that you have? It doesn't have to be for the teams that you played for, Thrill. Just a favorite jersey that you think about. And you're like, whoa, man, that's one that's really cool.
One of the things that I really liked when I played, and I don't know if they did it when you played, but they had to turn back the clock days. And so we had the old New York Giants jerseys. I love those jerseys. I thought they were freaking awesome. Every time I had a chance to wear one of the old New York Giants jerseys, man, it was a hoot. And matter of fact, well, shit, I got a picture of one over here. I'll go grab it for you. But a lot of them are also on like baseball cards. So I mean, they came out great. So let me grab this picture for you.
Yeah, please do. I would say of all the jerseys that I wore in my day, I would put this one at the top of the list.
Just
the A's.
That's the retro 60s, 70s jerseys for the A's where they were freaking dominant, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so here you go.
That was fun to wear.
So here is, can you see it?
Oh, yeah, man.
Here's the throwback, Giants jersey. I'm trying to get it to where we don't have no thing in it. But, I mean, look, the high socks and all that sort of stuff to show the stripes. I loved it. It was freaking awesome.
Okay, I'm going to throw a couple out there right now.
All right, far away.
How about the Cardinals baby blues?
Tell you what, classic. Goes back to when they were, just a organization that just won all the time. And yeah, big time, big time. Uh, you know, for me personally, being a Cardinal later on, not having to wear that jersey, but I still remember playing against it. It was pretty special.
Yeah, I put that towards the top of my list. And I know this is going to irritate a lot of our fan base here at Deuces Wild, but another classic uniform that I really, really like are the Dodger home whites. Just the standard.
Yeah, no, it's just a clean look, and it's been that way for forever. I liked our clean whites at home. Now we went to cream, and we don't have the names on the back, so I don't think they're as classy as the ones we wore in the 80s and 90s.
Wes says, "Fuck the Dodgers, EB." Thank you, Wes. I knew that was coming.
Yeah, there's somebody that's gonna do that all the time. But then,
yeah, look, he's gonna.
Wait a second, you got to go the other way. If you did the clean ones, you got to go the other way. You got to do the Padres baby shit brown, and you got to do the Astros rainbow warriors, and you got to do all that shit.
Okay, but you know me. I love the Astros rainbows, and I love the Padres baby shit brown.
I know you do. Hey,
so I take that back. The Padres yellow, old baby shit brown, that ones I did not like, but I like the Padres white one with, you know what I'm talking about? And I don't know if it was with the SD or San Diego in front or just Padres across the front. I like the white one with the brown. I have one. It's actually downstairs. Tara pulled it out when she was rooting for San Diego before they got shit canned by the Dodgers.
Yeah.
But that was actually still, one of my favorites. I think the worst of all time was the White Sox one with the fucking collars on it.
Dude, with the collars on it and the shorts. That was horseshit.
How does the Players Association allow that to happen?
Yeah, no. Another one that was classy, and I think is still classy because it's older and it's just very simple, is the Tigers home whites. Because I can still picture Al Kaline running out in that jersey, and I'm like, damn, that's pretty good. Or Alan Trammell or Kirk Gibson, when they played in the series and stuff. Dude, those are pretty solid jerseys too.
I would also tell you that some of the worst uniforms of all time, and I think every uniform that they've ever worn, every uniform, I've never seen them wear a uniform that I've actually liked. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
I haven't
fucking terrible.
I haven't liked anything that they've featured. No, I'm with you.
I mean, you can't. They went from the Devil Rays to the Rays, and look. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you saw, but the Tropicana, the Trop's roof came off.
You think? I was down there in fall ball when old Milton then come through and woo. See you later, Roof Ahoya.
Were you guys all good in Louisiana, backwoods Louisiana?
Yeah, we didn't even get a thunderstorm out of it because it cut across the Gulf and went straight to Florida. Thank God it went straight across Florida and went out to the ocean, because if it had went to Florida and then cut up north and got back in those Carolinas, dude, those people are screwed right now. They're having some major problems. I have quite a few of my friends that are down here that do emergency management. And so whenever a storm comes through, they go out there and they feed the power people and the energy people and all that. And they've told me, Will, it is amazing how bad it is right now in the Carolinas and stuff. They got pummeled.
Well, really grateful for your friends and all the other emergency service workers getting out there, man. I as someone who's been through a few of these, and I was in New York when we had a hurricane, lost electricity for 5 days. It's fucking scary, man. You had the flood on the West Side Highway. Yeah. It's just the whole place turned into I don't know if you call it like ghost town. It was almost apocalyptic. It
No,
felt
I get it. I get it.
like
Yeah.
people scavenging for fucking food. I
Yeah.
just had to get out of there. I finally
Yeah.
found my way to Jersey where we had some electricity, but it was not good, man.
Yeah. Hey, let's see who just brought it up. Somebody just brought up. Oh, it's Carlos. Brought up the Pirates jerseys, like the "We Are Family" and all that sort of stuff. I actually like those. I actually liked, the Padres with the stripes around the hats and all that. I thought they were pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the "We Are Family," those yellow ones, but the Pods yellow ones, meh.
No.
So Thrill, there was another play earlier with the guy up right now, Ryan Rocchio. So Rocchio had a pop up and it's super windy out at Yankee Stadium, and I thought about you and wanted to ask you about this because you played so many years at Candlestick Park, which had the worst wind swirl in the history of Major League Baseball. But the ball goes up at shortstop. Rocchio seemingly gets under it and then starts drifting. And as he's drifting, I'm like, this guy's fucked.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he drifts over. Hemman is the second baseman, is just standing there. He almost runs into him, drops the ball. The ball trickles away from both of them. The run scores. The runner goes from first to second. And the whole thing was
a cluster, in other words. It was a cluster.
So my question to you is this. Number one, what's the trick to catching those pop-ups with the swirling wind? And number two, if you're Hemman as a second baseman, you got to notice that. Yeah. And I feel like, and I want to know if I'm off base here, but I felt like he should have given up some ground to give Rocchio more room and then get the ricochet if it came off his glove.
No, you're not wrong on that, but they are wrong on their communication. All right. So that was the thing about Candlestick, and everybody who's in the chat room right now, we shot pop-ups every day in spring training, and it was not to catch the pop-up. It was for communication purposes because you got a high sky in Arizona, right? So boom, the ball goes up. Robbie Thompson and I are like, hey, you got this one? Yeah, I got it. I'm camped under it, stuff like that. I can back off, Then you'll shoot the next one, and he's like, I lost it in the sun. I don't know where it's at. And then so I'm coming over to help out, and the right field is coming in at the same time. I'm like, can you see it? He's like, no, I can't see it. I got it. And I'll take it. So the situation that you just said right there, so here's our shortstop. He's got the ball's drifting on him. He's going towards the second baseman. What we just talked about, communication. Second baseman goes, hey, look, ball's coming towards me. Get the fuck out the way. I'm catching this. But instead, he backs up, gives ground, the shortstop clanks it, and then all hell breaks loose, okay? That was the thing about Candlestick, that it taught you, I guess, who was over who. That's first off. But then communication. If I couldn't catch it, who the hell could catch it? And I'm bailing out of this play and let them do their thing. And so, Robbie Thompson and I, we ran that right side of the infield, because not only did he know what I was able to do, I knew what he was able to do. And then if we couldn't get to it, we're screaming at the outfielder, you better get your ass in here and catch the ball. And then on the flip side of things, Matt Williams and Jose Uribe were doing the same shit on the left side of the infield. So to watch that play right there, that is a lack of communication. But all right, here's another thing for you. And I was in fall ball. I just told Bryce Eldridge about this. I go, look, when you go to catch a ground ball and the pitcher's involved, because we always want to keep the pitcher out of the play. If you are involved and the pitcher is there, you have to communicate. So the little in-betweeners where the first baseman comes in, the pitcher's like, I don't know if I'm going to get it or not. You have to tell the pitcher, I got this. You keep going to first. That is the communication that needs to happen. Or Or if you can see the pitcher can get there, you go, you get it, I'm at first. And you go back to first and you get set up and you make the play. All right? That's the communication that has to happen. That's the communication that is not going on in today's ball game. And that's why that play earlier got flubbed.
Yeah, I do think that, like, pitchers for the longest time, right? We've taught them to get out of the way.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, because most of them aren't athletes anyway. But we then, I think sometimes, make it really difficult on our first baseman and third baseman having to make a play on top of a mound when it might have been easier for the pitcher to catch a fucking ball.
I don't care. I don't care. When I'm coming in, because I did this so many times at Candlestick going towards the stands. I'm always looking down to find the fence before I get there. When I'm going towards the mound and I'm calling it, I got it. I'm looking down to find the mound to figure out if I'm going to trip my ass over the top of the mound or not. Okay, so that's a bullshit excuse right there. It's the same thing for you guys in the outfield. You, and I know you've done this 1,000 times, E. I mean, you've gone towards the line and there's a bullpen mound out there. Hey, I got to make the play, but yet at the same time, I'm not going to kill myself. I'm going to look down. I know you've done that. And so it's the same freaking basic principle. I hate fucking excuses. Don't give me that bullshit. Oh, the mound was going to be there and all that. Fuck you. It's your job to catch a goddamn ball. Look down, find the mound, and catch the ball, and get the fucking pitcher out to play.
Gotcha. No, it makes a lot of sense, dude. It does. Yeah, I think now with the Oakland Coliseum being out of commission, there are no longer any bullpens left in play around Major League Baseball.
I think you're absolutely correct. Now that Oakland's out of there. So, hey, we were talking about, foul ground in Oakland, foul ground in San Francisco. I got 2 videos on my phone. All right. One of them actually is from the World Series. And another one, well, actually there's 2 more that are from just a regular season game, having full-on sprint type of thing. The ball is in the air for 14 seconds. I am in a dead sprint for 14 seconds before I get to the ball, catch the ball, and then have some sort of collision, whether it be with the dugout, whether it be with the wall, whether it be with teammates, whatever. So, if that ball's in the air for 14 fucking seconds, hey, look, these little infield pop-ups, you guys should catch these bastards. That's just the way I'm thinking.
There actually was a really good catch today, right after the drop pop-up by Will Brennan in right field, who he went sliding into the wall. And it was really cool to see. Dude, Thrill, this Cleveland team is scrappy. Like, this is a team that hasn't.
Yeah.
Like, no one had high expectations of them at all. Stephen Vogt, first year as manager, looks like he's going to be manager of the year. And here they are.
And on top of that, Stephen Vogt actually tried to become the Giants manager.
Ah, I remember that.
So, yeah. So, I mean, Stephen Vogt, look at him. He lands on his feet. He's the former Giant player, and look at him go. So, wish him the best.
Hey, so Thrill, the other thing I want to ask you about, Jazz Chisholm, it's 50 degrees out in New York, drills one to left center field. The wind gets it. It's over his head. But take a look at Jazz here as he pulls into second. He has a full, kind of mask thing on, right? Like covering his face. It's pretty chilly out there in New York. I know that obviously Candlestick was chilly. I remember you wearing a turtleneck.
It was as chilly as it comes. I never put a mask on because I'm a man. I'm not a puss. You're a
look at right here.
Mask on.
It's covering everything. It looks like it's Tahoe in the middle of January.
Yeah.
It's New York in October, but it could be a little chilly. Here are the Yankees with no outs at the bottom of the sixth trying to execute a sacrifice bunt. Stephen Kwan went back, but he had no fucking chance, man. You can just tell the wind got this. It's blowing out to left center field.
Yeah, but he did a good job. He played it off the fence and got it in, held him to a double. It was automatic double anyway, and he didn't get a triple out of it. Hey, Art comes on here, and he's talking about, and this, I actually had this discussion with somebody the other day. There was a tarp down the first base line in San Francisco, and so I'd run over, and whether the ball was in the stands, whether the ball was not in the stands or whatever, I'd be on a full-on sprint, dude, and I'd jump up on top of the tarp. Now I'm standing there on top of the tarp, and I'm like head and shoulders above everybody that's in the stands. And my teammates kept saying, they're like, dude, why are you running over there? I go, because I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen in this crazy-ass place. I'm going to run over there one day. I'm going to jump on top of the tarp, and that son of a bitch is going to blow back to me. Dude, I didn't get the words out of my mouth. The next freaking day, run over there, foul ball. I jump up on the tarp. The wind gets it. Boom, make the catch on top of the tarp, right? About a week later, same thing. Brrr, go over there, jump on top of the tarp. The wind's blowing, but it's not blowing it all the way back. But I'm up above everybody because they're down below me. I'm standing on top of the tarp, and I just freaking jump into the stands and fucking snag a freaking fly ball. And thank you, Art, for that question right there. That's what knowing your home ballpark, the wind blowing, all that bullshit, that's what knowing that shit does. And, look, if you look back on it, those 2 outs might not have made a fucking hill of beans difference. But it helped in those ball games, and it helped my teammates understand that, hey, look, the fucking wind's blowing. The shit's blowing all over the place. I'm not giving up on a play. And on top of that, you and I have talked about it because I showed you a video. I wound up landing in the World Series. I wound up landing in the commissioner's lap, and Will Hayes caught my ass because I didn't give up on a freaking fly ball that was out of play, and it wound up coming back. So there you go.
Thrill, you know what's funny is that I used to get made fun of all the time for diving for balls that were way out of reach, and specifically in foul territory, because I always felt like I could dive in foul territory and there's no consequence at all. And here we go. We got him picked off at second. Jazz, see it.
Boom!
Wow.
See you later, Jazz. Jazz man. Jazz hands. Jazz hands.
Inside move gets him.
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean I'm out? Oh, no, I'm not out. Ooh.
He's acting very confident. He just takes off early. I don't know why he took off early.
Get out of there.
Oh, shit. I think he might have dodged it. Let's look. Can't tell from that angle. No, he's out, man.
Hey, while you doing your out and safe, so Aldi bought out Winn-Dixie, so Trey was out of a job, and so Trey wanted to get a new job, so went over there and talked to the general manager at Albertsons, got him all squared away. I appreciate you asking that right there. Freaking awesome. Thank you for thinking of Trey. Trey's got him a new job, loves it. He actually worked today, he had a ball. So, thanks.
Awesome, Trey. I can't wait for him to hit his next nuke, too.
Dude, I'm looking forward to it. I tell you what, he hit a freaking heat-seeking missile the other day. There was a college player out on the field, and he was throwing sliders to everybody. Nobody had a clue. And so I walked up to Trey. I said, Trey, look for a slider. I said, just like Dad throws you every day. And he walked up there, and, dude, he hit a pea rocket to left center and got the first hit of the game for his team. So he was all fired up.
Right?
He was all fired up.
Hey, so I think he was safe. I don't think he touched him. But the problem is they called him out on the field. So I don't know if there's going to be enough to overturn it. I mean, I don't know what angle they're going to have that's going to confirm that he never touched him. They're obviously taking a long time. Let's see.
Yeah. Hey, Linda just dropped this one on us. He said, Will is Vogt's favorite baseball player, even named his firstborn Clark.
No way.
You know what? You know what, Linda? That is freaking awesome because Steven, I've talked to him on the phone a few times. Plus, he was in our clubhouse for a year. He never once mentioned that. I can't believe that. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I went up to you the first time I saw you. I said, "No, bro."
That right there is cool as shit. Cool as shit.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Hey, tell everybody, speaking of fucking pickleball and your little freaking paddle bullshit, tell them what I sent you the other day.
A pickleball package from some kind of auction you were at.
Yeah, we were at an autism auction here in Baton Rouge, and they had an auction item. It was pickleball paddles and pickleballs and a lesson and all that. And I texted our fearless leader, EB, and I said, should I vote on this? And he started laughing. I go, no fucking chance.
It's bullshit.
No chance. Ain't happening, Jack.
Dude, you'd be an unbelievable pickleball player. Quick hands, soft hands, great hand-eye coordination. You're made for it, dude.
I'm made for it.
You and I could be a team.
Dude. Can't move no more.
Bullshit. Hey, we'll get you on a training program and we can become senior pros. You need to wait 2 years until I'm 50. And then it's on.
All right. So all right, check this one out. And Carlos just brought this one up. He said,
shit, Anthony Rizzo down the line. Hold on. Bobbled in right field. What a fuck up. They held him at third, but then because of the bobble, they end up sending him. Rizzo, a huge 2-out knock for the Yankees. And Brennan, who made this spectacular play earlier, he just fucked this one up, and that cost the Cleveland Indians a run right here. Take a look at the ball down the line, Thrill.
All right. So it's definitely going to hit and ricochet. You got to play this shit.
So here's the ricochet, right?
Boom.
Oh, no.
He tried to barehand it.
Yep.
He thinks he's a fucking infielder. No, you're not an infielder.
So every single time we would go into a new stadium, we'd go down the line and I'd have whoever the outfield coach was bang balls into the corner so you could understand the ricochets. And there were a couple things that happened with Brennan there. He was too deep. He should have known the ball was going to ricochet back, so it took him a minute to get back. And by the time he went back, you have to know what's going on with the runners. Best off, just field that ball. If it's moving like that with your glove, come up and fire it in. He goes for the bare hand. The bobble happens, and then that's when they end up wheeling the runner around third. And the Yankees now have an insurance run 4-2 here in the bottom of the sixth.
Shit happens. Hey, that right there, all right, that one thing right there is where, you come into a different stadium, and I know you did it, I did it. We played balls off the wall and stuff like that. All right, if it hit right here, where's it going to ricochet? If it hit right here, where's it going to ricochet? Guys, now they don't do it, and then when stuff like this happens over the course of the game, it surprises them, and they flub it. So there you go.
Well, that's too bad. Anyway, before we got this little sidetracked, as we always do here on No Filter, another big swing right here by Verdugo as he pops it up, and that'll be the second out of the inning.
All right, and
I was just saying that, for the balls that were hit, I would die for these balls. And my teammates would give me shit. I'd come in, they're like, dude, what did you fucking diving for that ball for, man? I go, bro, one of these days I'm going to dive for a ball that I don't think I have a chance of catching, and I'm going to fucking catch it. And sure enough, it was the ball in Oakland.
It was that highlight fucking tape one you had.
Yep. The one that has been rated.
Here's the thing.
Very subjective, but it's been rated one of the best catches in the history of Major League Baseball. So
by far.
My other teammates used to give me shit. Fuck off.
But guess what? Here's the thing. You knew that, all right, I'm going to lay out for this ball, but I got my center fielder backing me up. So if I miss it, this is still going to get brought back into the infield. It's a different story if you're out there by yourself and you lay out and it's like, oh, shit, now I got to get up and go catch this ball and get it back into the infield. That was not the case with the one that you made. So nice job, dudeness. Nice job.
Yeah, the one that down there was in foul territory. So in foul territory, you could always launch, right, and go after it. The one you have to be careful of is down the line in fair territory from left to right field, because if that gets by you, that's a for sure triple.
Yeah.
Right? The one in the gap, you can have your center fielder back you up, but the one down the line can be difficult.
With you. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
Thrill. So let's get into Arizona, because you were out there for
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Tell me who you worked with and what your role was there.
So we had 3 position players. We had Bryce Eldridge, we had Bo Davidson, who's an outfielder, and we had Charlie Ciccone, who's a third baseman. Charlie Ciccone started at San Jose, wound up at Eugene. All right. Here's Charlie's problem. All right. So Charlie's big dude, 6'4", fucking 230, fucking put together. All right. Remember we talked about you drop that back shoulder, you're fucked. So here's Charlie. He starts his swing. He goes like this. He drops the back shoulder. And when he's coming, he's either coming up at it or he has to roll to get on top of it. And he loses distance all the time. And so that has been my message, Charlie, since he was at San Jose. He went to Eugene. That was my message to him in fall ball. He has not listened to me yet. Charlie, you better fucking pay attention, motherfucker. Otherwise, you're going to be fucking stuck in the organization, bitch. All right. Second.
Come on, Charlie, you got to listen.
Bo Davidson. All right, here we go. Bo Davidson I have not seen this man before. Young black man, awesome freaking body, awesome talent, good hand-eye coordination, a tick late. All right.
Okay.
So, all right, let me switch bats here. All right, here we go. So when you're coming through the zone, you want to make contact. Boom, right there. He's a tick late. All right. So if you don't get here and drive the ball that way, if you're a tick late, you're fouling the ball off. And so Bo was a tick late. He got jammed a bunch while I was there. He did wind up getting a bunch of hits because he has such great hand-eye coordination. And so what he and I talked about was tightening up the timing in order to barrel up the ball all the time. Make sense?
Totally. And here are the Yankees about to make another out on the bases. Let's see if the Indians can execute the rundown. This is going to be dicey. They got it. And Rizzo gets picked off of second base, and that'll end the inning. You can't fucking give away outs, man.
How do you get picked off at second base with 2 outs? You're already in scoring position. That's when you play it easy.
So let me show you what happened, Thrill. Rizzo sees the ball in the dirt. He thinks he reads it, turns his shoulders, and as soon as you turn your shoulders, you're fucked. You want to keep them square until you know for sure you're going to be able to go. Square, square, square. Now we're able to get back. He turns his shoulders. Now he has no chance. Has to turn all the way back around, and he was screwed.
Screwed. Screwed. All right.
Okay,
And
so
so
tell me about.
our last gentleman of the fall ball is our numero uno pick from last year, our number one prospect, Bryce Eldridge. Bryce playing first base. Boom. Why is the thrill in Arizona to work with Bryce Eldridge? That was because of not hitting, it was because of first base. And Bryce's big thing is he's 6'7", so he's high off the ground. He needs to get more grounded, land in a better position, those kind of things. And it kind of came out to bite him a little bit, I guess you want to say. He had back-to-back, it wasn't back-to-back, it might have been 2 out of 3 hitters. It was right-handers, little small right-handers that took outside fastballs and shot freaking rockets at him at first base, and he got caught off guard because he's way up high. He's not down low, getting in his position. And so that's one of the things that he and I worked on. We worked on a lot of comfort stuff around first base, how to make yourself a bigger target when the infielders are throwing to you. You square up to them, you become a bigger target. If you freaking turn, you become a smaller target. So you need to be a bigger target to whoever's throwing to you. They're going to throw to you better. So Bryce Eldridge, all right, I'm just going to be totally honest because I don't care if the San Francisco Giants are watching or not. He's 19 years old, first year in pro ball, played a full season, had a freaking dynamite season. They got him in fall ball now. He's gassed. He needs to go home and relax. This is his first year in pro ball, and you're wearing his ass out. Let him go home. Let him relax. And in spring training, we'll see what he can do. But in the meantime, right now, you're not getting the best Bryce Eldridge because he's gassed. He's tired. He has never played this many games in his life.
No, it's interesting, Thrill, because my first year of pro ball, I played a full 60-something game college season, right? And then I went into a short season where we played another, 70 games, 80 games, straight to instructional league and played in instructional league. And then ended up in like fucking Mexico playing for Los Mochis.
Yeah.
And by the time I got to Mexico, I was done. And don't get me wrong, I went for one reason and one reason only. I was chasing the fucking money, man. I was making
I know what you were doing. I know what you were doing.
$700. $700. I'm not kidding you. A month. And I'm like, I can't feed myself in the off season on this shit. My paychecks were $350 every 2 weeks. So if I had a chance to go to Mexico to make $3,000 for a month, fuck you, man. I was off. Give me a cerveza, a Dos Equis, some Mexican senoritas, and I was all fucking in.
I don't blame you.
But I was gassed. I went 3 for 30. I got released, got sent home. See ya.
All right, so now this is very similar to Bryce Eldridge. Okay, so I came off the '84 Olympic team, played the whole summer. All right, went home. I was home for maybe month maybe max, and then went right back to school. When we went back to school, we started up fall practice, played all the way through. Okay, took Christmas break, then came back and played the full junior season. Okay, get drafted. A week after I get drafted, I go to Fresno and start up A-ball. Boom, play A-ball. We win the title. Blah, 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 blah. A week later, I'm in Arizona, and we're playing instructional league, which is
Yeah.
very similar to fall ball.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I am leading the instructional league in Triple Crown, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is maybe 2-3 weeks in. I mean, just raking one of those numbers, but it's one of those things too. If you told me I could go home and take a break, I'm probably going to go home and take a break. Al Rosen, who is our general manager, who was the 54 AL MVP, knew baseball. He knew when guys were tired. He knew when guys needed breaks. He sent me home from instructional ball. Even though I was winning a Triple Crown, he sent me home and he said, get ready for spring training. And I showed up in spring training next year, wound up winning a job for the San Francisco Giants because of Al Rosen. And that is kind of, I mean, I hate to say it. Well, I'm not beating around the bush because I'm telling you fuckers, fucking Bryce Eldridge is gassed. Send his ass home. Let him fucking relax. Let him come to spring training. And the stud is going to be a stud. So there you go.
Well, Bryce Eldridge had a fantastic year.
Oh, so what? He hit, all right, as a 19-year-old playing in 4 different leagues, he had 293, 29, and 90. I mean, come on. Come on. Nobody does that shit in today's game. Matter of fact, Bryce Eldridge was in the top 3 of minor leaguers for the hitter of the year. Come on.
Incredible, man. I mean, you look at his numbers. I guess he strikes out a lot. I mean, 132 strikeouts. He did have 59 walks, which is a good number. Slugged over 500, 374 on base. I mean, the guy was a fucking sight. And playing in 4 places, you know how hard that is, right? Bouncing from one to the next to the next.
Dude, playing in 4 places, plus having to adjust to each level going up. Dude, he did so good. He did so good. I'm so happy for him. And, you know, I mean, I hate to say it, but freaking the regime that was there beforehand, all right, he was in Double-A. So he had gone from San Jose, which is low A. He went to Eugene High A. Then he went to Double-A. All right. And on top of that, he's from Virginia. I would let him finish up the year in Virginia, go home, be with mom and dad, chill out for a few weeks before we got to go do this fall ball stuff. Instead, the freaking morons that were in charge at the time flew his ass across country to Sacramento to where he got like 7 or 8 at-bats. And then they flew him back across country to go home for a week to be with his mom and dad. And then he winds up having a wedding. He literally has like 3 days off. And then he shows back up to fall ball. And I'm like, which part of this do you fucking morons do not get? All right. I know one thing right now. The people that are in charge right now know. They know that he is gassed. I turned in a report to everybody that should know he is gassed. I would imagine he's going to be going home here in a little bit. Go home, spending off time with your family. Enjoy yourself. After the first of the year, crank your shit back up and get ready to roll for spring training. But in the meantime, take care of yourself. And the people that are in charge now know that because they got the email.
This is the type of thing, though, that if you're Buster Posey, you're the president of baseball operations now, I come in and just say, if I got that email from you, And I'd check in with Bryce just to make sure, yo, dude, how you feeling? And thinking about sending you home. What are your thoughts? And unless he was an adamant, no, I really want to stay, then I'd be like, bro, go enjoy the offseason. Here's the offseason workout plan. Here's the dates we should get going. Hell of a year, man. I'm proud of you. We'll see you in San Francisco soon.
I'm with you. And guess what? He's going to be okay. He's going to be okay because I can tell you this right now. Don't think I'm not like watching everything going on the computer. If he stays there another week, I'm going to be making some phone calls going, hey, motherfuckers, what are y'all doing? Why is this kid not home right now? You're not taking care of our freaking best prospect. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Believe me, Buster knows because who do you think I called first when I left Arizona? Yeah. All right.
Well, you know what? That's really nice now because you have the relationship with Buster, and for you to be able to pick up the phone and be like, yo, dude, like, here's what I'm seeing. Here's my thoughts. You're going to make whatever decision you make, but here's my recommendation.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I am not trying to take Buster's job.
No.
Okay. And I'm not trying to take Bob Melvin's job. I'm not trying to do this. But what I am doing is I am letting you guys know because I'm putting my ass in the chair every day. I'm watching these kids and I am telling you what is going on. Whether you believe me or not, whatever. But I can tell you this right now. I'm a fucking 100% sure that I'm correct on what I'm talking about.
What did you see from Bryce Eldridge offensively?
Offensively, he's going to hit, period. All right? If he is going to hit for a high average on a major league level, he's got to cut down the strikeouts. He and I have talked about it. We've talked about approach as to how to fight off, certain pitches and stay inside the ball and all that. Bryce Eldridge, the only thing that is holding him back from the major leagues is just being polished up around first base. And that's what he and I spent 5 days doing down there. So
is there any chance he ends up in the outfield?
No chance. None, not one bit, because he was put in the outfield after he got drafted, and he came up to me and he said, Mr. Will, he said, I'm terrified out there. He said, I'm so far from the ball, and he said, I don't want the ball hit to me. He said, I'm playing on the warning track, and he's in a good spot right now, So there you go.
So do you think he could be a viable first baseman at the big league level?
Yes. We're gonna work with him a lot more around the bag. But as far as a hitter goes, he is and will be a major leaguer as far as hitting wise. But that's just one end of the spectrum here. He has to stop the other guys from scoring, and that's what we're going to work on.
So they have the top 14 tallest.
By the way, Maria Guardado, who's our beat writer, and she puts out the top 30 prospects list. She has no fucking clue as to who the top fucking 30 prospects are. Maria, you need to call me because you're fucking way off base.
You got to assume she's talking to some people within the organization, though.
She's talking to somebody in the organization, and they're fucking circle jerking some guys, and here, shove him up there. Fuck that. That motherfucker is not a top 10 prospect. This one is a top 10 prospect, but I'm in the clubhouse once a month, and she will not walk up to me and ask me who the prospects are in the freaking San Francisco Giants organization, and I was seeing them all. Maria, get your fucking head out of your ass and fucking come see the thrill.
I like that, Thrill. Yeah, I mean, you're not just saying that she has it wrong. You're like, hey,
No,
look,
I'm
like,
not saying
this is what I do. I go watch
Yeah.
all these minor league players.
She has the group. But there are certain people she's going, oh, he's a number 5 prospect. No, he's not. He's fucking number 20. There's other guys that are better than him. So, Maria,
other than
your ass, come on, let's go. Bring it on.
Thrill, if Bryce Eldridge is number 1, who would you say right now would be the second best prospect that the Giants have?
All right, they got Mason Black down like a ways. I like Mason Black as a pitcher. And he just needs to tighten up his misses. His misses are big. And so if he can freaking get shit tightened up, I mean, Mason Black might be one of the cornerstones of our rotation if we can get him tightened up.
Yeah, it'll be fun, man. I think they have some really good prospects.
Oh, by far.
Coming through. And I feel like a plethora of arms.
Yeah. And so here's another one. All right. Here's another one. You guys, everybody in the chat room, you guys saw this a lot. Hayden Birdsong. I love Hayden.
Yeah.
Hayden and I are like this, and we talk like that. All right. I mean, we're 2 peas in a pod, but I tell him you cannot have bad misses. I cannot be a hitter, right, and have a ball start up here. It's like, dude, when a ball starts up here, I'm off of you. You have to make me concentrate the whole time. It has to be around the zone. And he gets it. He's been doing a better job of it, but he needs to polish it up even more. Hayden Birdsong is going to be one of our studs down the road. He just needs to polish his shit up.
Thrill. So we're now in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's 4-2 Yankees. It's Gleyber Torres against Gaddis right here, leading off the inning. Nice piece to right field for a base hit. The stat that I saw about the Yankees that just astonished me in this day and age is that going into tonight, they had 37 strikeouts in the postseason, and they had 34 walks as a team. So almost as many walks as strikeouts.
I'll take that.
You can
I'll take that any day of the week.
Right?
That is what is called you are setting up your boys behind you. That's what that's called.
Now Soto, let's watch him hit, and let's watch Judge hit, and then I got dinner downstairs. But
all right. While you're talking about this, another guy that I want to mention, and Carlos brought it up, is Weissenhut. Okay. Left-handed pitcher, freaking great shit, awesome changeup. But you cannot throw the changeup all the time without setting it up with something. And that in lies the problem, Carlos. He doesn't set it up with anything, so then people say, fuck it. Well, I'm not going to sit on a fastball. I'm not going to sit on breaking ball. I'll just sit changeup.
Yeah.
And boom. And when you can say, all right, 1,000%, I'm going to sit on a changeup, all you're doing is sitting on a BP fastball, shit that you would face every day in batting practice. So that's where the problem lies. He needs to get harnessed with the fastball and the breaking stuff to set up his changeup. All right. And if I had to walk into a clubhouse and talk to him about this, I'm going to say, look, Carson, Greg Maddux told me that you cannot set up your changeup until you throw a fastball down and away for strike one. So there you go.
Soto, a big rip. He got the pitch he wanted to hit.
Just missed it. Hang with him.
Just missed it. So that brings up Judge. Take a look at Judge, Thrill, and tell me what you see. He's been just off. He's missed a couple balls. He had a real good swing at the ball he actually popped up that Rocchio dropped, and then he flew out to center field in his other at-bat that I saw. He had a sac fly as well. So I feel like he's getting pretty close, but he has not had a lot of success in the postseason for whatever reason. And the sample size is pretty large. Can you explain the difference between hitting in the regular season and hitting in the postseason, and possibly why Judge has struggled?
No. So why Judge has struggled is because of one little flaw in his swing. And he gets away with it during the regular season because he's 6'8" and 280 or whatever. Okay? When you get ready to hit and you fall back, all right, when you fall back, you're working uphill.
Yeah.
Some guys cannot get there and they start to roll. Judge, because he's so fucking strong, he gets there and he just powers on through it. Okay? There's not a lot of people that can do what he does physically because he's so freaking strong. All right? But when he gets stuck in a rut, like he is kind of now, you can pitch to him pretty easy.
And here's a high fastball drilled to center. Is it enough? Maybe, maybe not. It hangs in the air. It's gone. Aaron Judge breaks out of the funk with a 2-run home run to center field. They're going fucking crazy in the Bronx, Thrill.
There you go. There you go. And guess what? Guess what? That's exactly what we just talked about. I couldn't even get it out of my mouth. All right? You know, most people cannot catch up to this. He caught up to it. But at the same time, he will also get to a point where he misses it a bunch. And he gets in a little funk, and everybody's like, what's wrong with Judge? Well, there you go, right there.
So let's take a look at it. It looks like a four-seam fastball up near his...
Oh, that's why. That's why.
And
all right, look.
He hit it.
Look, I saw it. He didn't drop his shoulder near his bat. He kept his shoulder up, and he kind of got there, and he was able to flatten out his swing and get the ball up there. So he figured out something in his swing.
Well, dude, if you swing and miss over and over and over again, he strikes out a lot, he swings and misses a lot. Eventually, when you're swinging and missing underneath the fucking baseball again and again and again, you make an adjustment. And Aaron Judge is so fucking talented. He makes the adjustment. He gets on top of the ball and see ya.
Boom. There you go. Good call. Good call. That is a fucking world-class athlete. That is why he is going to be the AL MVP, because he made that adjustment in the middle of the game. All right. Well, he goes, oh shit. Hey. All right, let me
look at this
for you guys.
Look at this.
He goes like this. He goes, oh shit, I'm ducking up underneath it. Oh fuck it. I'm not gonna duck up underneath it and tattoo some shit. There you go.
Bro, it was literally one click earlier and one click on top. And this is a click. I mean, this is the difference between flying out like he has been and the homer. Here. But
there you go.
This shoulder, you're right, it comes here and then he flattened it out.
Yeah.
Here.
Exactly.
Back.
It's okay if you come up, but if you flatten it out, you're good. If you come up and you keep ducking down, you're fucked. And that's what he's been doing, but he did not do it in that swing. And pie, big boy.
That's pretty cool.
Plus on top of that, and this is what I'm telling everybody, you know, because I get this shit, you know, his supposed gurus, teacher man.
Yeah.
whatever the fuck his name is. He's in fucking cargo shorts and all that sort of shit. I'm like, hey, motherfucker. I'm like, when was the last time you swung a baseball bat and you were 6'8" and fucking 275?
Yeah.
You can't do what Aaron Judge can do. You better fucking get your fucking shit straightened out because you cannot do what an Aaron Judge does. He is so much more physical than you are. But if you iron out your swing and you get consistent in your swing, then guess what? You can compete with us. Here we go.
Yeah. It was funny because I was talking to Brett Boone about this, and he basically was saying, like, look, Aaron Judge is Aaron Judge. It's his skill set is just different than everybody else. As you see, Austin Wells finish a nice at bat with a line drive to right field, but it's tough to teach the same thing to everybody. And Aaron Judge has found a way to have success with that somewhat of an uppercut swing. He's able to make it work. I don't know if it's because he's 6'8". I don't know if because his talent, his skill, the strength, whatever. But if everybody tries to do this, our Major League Baseball is going to be fucking terrible. It's just because
it's right now.
Play.
If everybody tries to do this bullshit that this motherfucker's teaching, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna wind up with 200 strikeouts and everybody hitting 200. All right. Yeah. The thing is, you need to level out your swing. You need to get on plane with the ball. You need to make better contact and kind of go from there. And there's my 2 cents coming from a guy that fucking raked, and coming from a guy that fucking hit when the fucking bright lights were on and we needed that run to score. So
damn right.
Yeah, right there.
Linda, Joe and Reno, Kari, Carlos. I mean, I love everyone firing in the chat today.
Dude, they've been firing in the chat all day. We got 17 people in the chat.
I mean, I love it. I love it. Where the fuck is Battleborn Mike tonight?
Battleborn didn't make it tonight, but we got a little bit of everybody else.
How does he not make it, like, ever?
Yeah, shit happens. Shit happens. But Big West took over. West was a voice in there, and we had Kari and Linda and everybody else that was in there. Heather, a few other people that were all up in there. So y'all, Pete was in there. So, there's Battleborn. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no way. Seriously?
Yeah, he came limping in at the end.
Yeah, I love it. And Bill as well. What's up?
Hey, Bill's always with us, so thanks.
Heather says, where's John?
Bill, you've been doing some good Will Clark shit, so thanks, man. Really appreciate it. A lot of guys been sending me some stuff, that you've been doing away from the chat room, so thanks.
Super cool. All right, Throw, I got to go, man. I got the family downstairs screaming at me for dinner. Would like to remind everybody, Apple, Spotify, if you could leave a review, we'd appreciate it. Hit the 5 stars if you're feeling generous. I don't know, Thrill. Any closing words or final thoughts for tonight as the Yankees look to go up 2-0 and going back to Cleveland? Yeah,
let's do this right here. Thrill will be here next weekend. I look forward to talking to y'all. Do some homework and come back and fire up chat room like y'all did tonight. Chat room was freaking awesome. This might be the best chat room ever. So y'all keep firing it up. And for me personally, I'm gonna just see where these playoffs and towards the World Series go from here. And I'll let you know if it's good baseball, bad baseball, or in EB's case, we need to bet on some shit.
Oh, that's just, this whole show is surrounded by gambling. Guardians check this out. Guardians at Yankees potential Game 7 is next Tuesday. I mean, Cleveland's got some work to do. I feel like they're going to get fucking
They
smacked.
got work to do, but then they're going to go back home, and they're going to play well at home.
They should.
So and they got some studs too. So we'll see what happens. I do not see the Guardians and the Yankees being a sweep, so we'll see.
All right, Thrill. Until next week, man, have a fantastic week. Good shit as always. Show, I mean, never scared to throw your opinion out there. That's why we fucking
excuse me, haven't had that problem in the past. Hey, tell Mom we love Smell-O-Vision. Good luck. And yeah, I mean, I got all kinds of shit going on this weekend. I got to go up to Mississippi State, do a football game. Believe it or not. Yeah, I gotta go. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? And then I'll be on my ranch trying to anchor some hogs. So other than that, look forward to seeing you on Tuesday, bro.
All right, man. Well, have fun. Have a great week at Mississippi State, checking out the college scene, and then at the ranch, killing shit.
There you go. And hey,
dude, I got a fucking smoker, man. A Traeger smoker.
Oh, wait a second. Wait. How did I get away from not knowing that a fucking bear fucking got up in your shit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that too. How about that?
We'll check on that one next weekend.
Yeah, we'll go over it next week, man. It was fucking wild. But I smoked some meat the other night. And I think you're proud of me, dude.
Look at you go.
Dude, we smoked ribs. We smoked the tri-tip, sausages, Gall and I. I mean, it was
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
So send me some dead animals, man. I'll smoke them.
Hey, for everybody in the chat room from EBNI,
see ya!